Welcome back. Welcome back. Midfield pressure in the building. Once again, thank you for rocking with me one more time. Please like and subscribe. It goes a long way and it does mean a lot. Okay. We are back with a lot of action, a lot of news from this past weekend. With no further ado, we will dive straight into it. Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement this weekend. Class of 2026, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig rounding out the list of enshrinement for former NFL players. A little bit of somber news with that. Roger Craig did announce that he had vascular dementia or a diagnosis of that. So that did add a little bit of a damper. He had a pre-recorded speech, but thankfully he did get to see himself enshrined in the bust of the Hall of Fame. More training camp news from this weekend. Jacoby Brissett signed a 1-year deal up to $21 million with the Arizona Cardinals. He probably will be a backup if Carson Beck plays how he played last week, but we will see how that works out. And Chris Olave holds out from camp, finalizing a 4-year, $90 million bag with the New Orleans Saints. Getting to it. More training camp injuries. Ricky Pearsall will miss the season with a reoccurring PCL issue. Jalen Walker tore his ACL for the Falcons. Chris Brazil tore his LCL for the Falcons. And Casey Concepcion did hurt his AC joint in his shoulder. A lot of young guys getting banged up in camp. You usually have that because the older guys really don't play that much in camp. So your young guys out there trying to prove themselves. And it is unfortunate that injuries do happen. That is a part of the game. So you can't avoid that. But hopefully these guys will get back and get to have their stellar NFL careers. So moving on, Thursday night, August 13th, NFL football starts back. Detroit versus Cincinnati, Green Bay versus Pittsburgh. The most favorite team in the world, the Indianapolis Colts, will be back in action. Yeah, I did it. We'll be back in action against the New England Patriots. Los Angeles Chargers versus Houston, Arizona versus Las Vegas, and Tennessee versus San Francisco, rounding out the Thursday night slate for NFL preseason football. Okay, let's get to the matter at hand. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this guy. WNBA. Saturday night, Fever win 90-86 over the Chicago Sky. Kelsey Mitchell set a WNBA single season record, 16th consecutive 20-point game. She putting in work, dropping buckets out there. Her and Caitlin Clark are dominating as a 1-2 punch in the backcourt for the Fever right now. But we will have to get to the file that was heard across the masses this weekend. Sophie Cunningham driving to the cup, getting ready to light up and get swiped across the face by Dejanay Carrington. She got clothesline, knocked her to the deck. They popped up. Sophie was in her face, chattering back as she does, as anyone should. They gave her flagrant 2 and put her out of the game. It was a couple things said post game. I won't get into that about the foul, but a foul is a foul, and she did hit her across the head with a clothesline. You're gonna get put out. That's just what's gonna happen. Sorry, it's sports. You can't just walk around and do that. The refs do have to have control of the game. But you know, Sophie does chatter a lot. She is in the limelight. She is the Dennis Rodman of the NBA, the wingman for Caitlin Clark. She's not quite Draymond because she don't talk as much, but Sophie is the Dennis, even all the way down to the blonde hair. So I like that about Sophie. Keep doing what you're doing. So with that being said, I think Caitlin got her foul rescinded to keep her in the game. Of course, they're not going to put or suspend a star from a WNBA game, but a lot of drama around that. We will see how that transfolds later on in the week with the news coming out from the front office of the WNBA. More scores from Saturday. Lynx beat the Wings. Liberty lost to the Aces. And Mystics beat the Mercury as well on Sunday for the WNBA. Moving on to MLB baseball. Somber news for me, myself, and I, and the other Detroit Tiger fans. Scuba will be starting his first home starting pitching game against I forget who he played against, but anyway, he will be starting for the Dodgers his first home game this week. It stinks. I can't stand it. I don't want to see it, but it is happening. Also, another former Detroit Tigers pitcher, Max Scherzer, struck out Kyle Schwarber to give him 10th place outright for strikeouts in the season. Coincidentally, he also reached 3,500 strikeouts against Schwarber earlier this season. So he can't see Kyle Schwarber for some reason. Schwarber can't see Scherzer for some reason. I don't know why, but he keep putting K's on his head. So I don't understand what's going on with that. But those are two former Detroit Tigers that we had in our bullpen, in our rotation, and we didn't do anything with them. We traded them away for 2 Tostitos chips with no dip. I cannot be, you know what? I'm not even going to go any further. So anyway, more MLB weekend this week. MLB news this weekend. Bo Bichette went 5 for 5. Great weekend for him. Braves topped the Yankees to win the series, stay atop of their division, and the Dodgers also won their series to bounce back this weekend in their series as well. Moving on to NASCAR, Ty Gibbs won the Iowa Corn 350 this weekend, followed by Bell, Blaney, Berry, Hamlin, Briscoe, Chastain, Allmendinger, William Byron, and Dillon. Toyotas are still running amok in NASCAR. Joe Gibbs Racing is dominating right now. I'm a 2311 fan and a Denny Hamlin fan, but they are dominating. Toyota is going to be hard to beat in the chase this year. So, a lot of big news this past weekend, a lot of upcoming news. With the Field Sports Week football being the top news headline this week. I will be back later on this week, Friday, to recap what has transpired and lead us in to the upcoming weekend. But until next time, this is Midfield Pressure. Holding the road.